Getting the feeding right for your Pomeranian puppy is super important for their health. They need the right diet to grow up healthy and happy. But how much food should you give them? How often should they eat? And what's the best kind of food for a Pomeranian? Let's find out. How often to feed your Pomeranian puppy? In the early weeks, when your puppy is between 8 weeks and 3 months old, it's a good idea to feed them 4 times a day. This helps keep their energy levels stable and supports their fast-growing bodies. As your puppy gets a bit older, from about 3 months to 6 months, you can start feeding them 3 times a day. Once they reach 6 months, you can feed them twice a day. This twice-a-day routine usually continues into their adult years, although some people prefer to stick with 1 meal a day after their Pomeranian turns 1 year old, but I recommend 2 times a day. How much food does your puppy need? Figuring out the right amount of food can seem tricky, but it's not too hard. Pomeranian puppies usually need about 1/4 to 1/2 cup of puppy food per day, divided into however many meals you're offering. The exact amount can vary depending on the specific food you're using, because each brand has different nutrients and calorie counts. It's always a good idea to check the back of the food package. They usually provide guidelines based on the puppy's weight and age to help you decide how much to feed. Selecting the right type of food. When you're choosing what type of food to give your Pomeranian puppy, you've got a few options: dry food, wet food, or even home-cooked meals. Each type has its own benefits, so let's break it down. Dry food is a popular choice because it's convenient and helps keep your puppy's teeth clean. Dry kibble is easy to measure out, and it stays fresh longer once the bag is open. It's also great for your puppy's dental health because the crunchy bits help reduce tartar buildup. Some puppies prefer the taste of wet food, and it can be easier for them to eat, especially when they're young. It's also good for hydration since it has lots of moisture. However, wet food can be a bit more expensive, and once you open a can, you need to use it quickly or it will spoil. Making your puppy's meals at home lets you control exactly what they're eating, which is great if you're worried about allergens or fillers. But it's super important to get the right balance of nutrients. If you go this route, it might be a good idea to talk to your vet or a pet nutritionist to make sure your home-cooked meals are meeting all your puppy's dietary needs. Monitoring your puppy's growth. Keeping an eye on how your puppy is growing is super important. You want to make sure they're not gaining too much or too little weight. You can do this by visually checking their body shape and by feeling around their ribs and spine. You should be able to feel the ribs under a small layer of fat. If the ribs are very noticeable, they might be underweight. And if you can't feel the ribs at all, they could be overweight. Also, take your puppy to the vet for regular checkups. Your vet can weigh them, give you advice on their diet, and help you make sure they're growing at a healthy rate. Each Pomeranian is unique, so you might need to tweak these guidelines a bit based on your own puppy's health and preferences. For more such informative videos on pom-poms, make sure to subscribe to our channel. See ya!